lead through. Well, hello and welcome to Friday Night Update. We are on week 67 of Icarus. Can't believe it's week 67 already. I'm here with Gao. How are you doing, bud? How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. The migraine has completely gone and feeling a lot better. So ready to get going. Hello,
Good to hear.
Michael. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hey,
Hope
Michael, welcome.
you're having a good night. Hope you enjoyed last night. I had a blast last night, actually, surprisingly enough, considering it was a solo night. Anyway, back to tonight. We are week 67. And we are talking about mount improvements and buffs. Improvements to mount include buffs to baseline stats and tweaks to behavior. I haven't had a chance to read through this yet, so if you could be so good, Connie, to kick us off.
Sure.
Thank you.
So, the week 67 update focuses on providing a range of mount improvements, tweaks, and buffs. These include changes to saddles, behaviors, and baseline stats to overcome some of the core issues that players have encountered. We will also give an update on the progress of Galileo and an insight into the bestiary feature. And finally, we'll talk about next week's update and what to expect. So let's jump in and have a read, shall we?
Yep. Okay, mount improvements. This week, we're bringing a bunch of mount improvements based on feedback from the community and monitoring overall performance and usage. Firstly, we have the saddles now include G slots, so radars, extractors, and other heavier items can be carried. Basic saddles will have 1 slot, saddlebags will have 2 slots, and carts, there's a newbie, will have 5.
Well, we already had cards, but this is a big one, especially for solo players, you know. Now you can bring both an extractor and a radar.
Yeah.
So the basic saddles, the riding saddles will have the 1 slot. The buffalo pack saddles, the saddlebags, will have 2 slots. And the cards will have 5 slots.
Nice. Yeah, so
yes, we have had the cards, and remember when we tested it out, it was very slow. So you move with card and load to your new. If you want to move base, for example, you put it all in a cart and you travel slowly to the location where you want to where you want to build a base. On the way back, you put the card in the buffalo inventory.
Yeah.
So you can travel faster. Remember how for us on the way back the buffalo decided to jump off a cliff?
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Stupid buffalo.
Yeah.
Well, they're not.
Yeah, especially for. True. But this change, especially for solo players, is big.
Yeah. Very useful. Secondly, mounts no longer take damage from thirst or hunger, meaning they will not perish if left unsupervised. Yes,
Yeah,
Nice.
I have some questions about this. Some thoughts. So if you don't need to give them food and water anymore, why going through the trouble of putting troughs in? You don't need to carry food for them with you anymore. I can understand how this, especially if you have a large amount of mounts. Why would you? But okay. Uh, that this can be handy because you don't need to spend that much time foraging for food, or you don't need to spend, you don't need to maintain this many crop plots to feed your mounts. However, like I said, except for realism, you don't need to keep feeding them anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like, okay, I can see how this could be handy for people. On the other hand, not really that realistic no more.
Yeah. Yeah. But I suppose it's an advantage, like when you get to somewhere like the desert where there isn't that much food and there isn't that much water. Now,
Crop plots
yeah,
for the food and a river for the war.
yeah,
But yeah, anyway,
yeah.
uh,
Can see the advantages of that.
it has advantages, yes. I'm not denying that, but
Yeah.
I'm a bit torn about this one.
Yeah, I can see why. It's a bit
Okay,
unrealistic, really. But anyway, let's move on. Increased all mounts damage resistance by 10% to improve their survivability.
the base damage resistance, so they don't get killed that quickly.
Good, good. It's like I've said for ages, for as big as those buffalo are, they're absolute wusses.
Oh yeah, you hit them in the head with a knife 2 times and they're dead. I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, like the head is the hardest part of a buffalo, for goodness sake. Come on.
Literally, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, increased damage resistance provided by the saddles when equipped to mounts by 10%. It was 0.
Kind of makes sense. It does give you some protection.
Yeah. Yeah, like leather armor does.
Oh,
Added an aura to the animal bed, which provides creatures with a well rested buff, similar to players. Yay.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and finally, lowered the base time it takes to tame creatures from 1200 seconds to 900 seconds.
There's 25% reduction. Nice. So
We like
instead of
that.
it taking 2 hours, it now takes 20 minutes. It now takes 15 minutes.
That's good. That's good. Okay. And could you take us through the last one, please?
So a lot of the feedback we have received around mounts has been about the difficulties of effectively utilizing them when playing solo. Uh, yeah, a lot of our improvements have focused on this area of gameplay, removing elements such as the damage from hunger or thirst, and improving their overall damage resistance. Also, adding slots for extractors and raiders makes them viable as stand-in teammates for solo adventurers. And reducing timing durations helps speed up the experience, which is understandably more drawn out in solo mode. Uh,
Yeah.
the timing speed in solo mode, basically the same as in multiplayer mode. You do lose less time now on keeping them fed and watered. True, but then again, it was never that much work. But yeah, especially the utility slot, the G slot.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Yep, big one. Like I said,
Yeah.
you can now take both a radar and an extractor with you if you
Or you
go
can take a
exotics
radar.
hunting solo.
Yeah, if you're using a cart, you could take a radar and 2 extractors.
Yeah. But
Sweet.
also remember how we're doing exotic missions
Yeah.
that we were bringing with us a fabricator and stuff for new extractors.
Yes.
Now you can
Exactly.
pre-build them. Check one in your mount.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is also handy for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like the small multiplayer, the two multiplayer team.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, for us, when we get exotics, it
Yeah.
depends on which vein we
Although,
get as to
yeah.
whether or not we have 2 or 3 extractors.
Well, yeah. Although thinking about it, they did change it a couple of weeks ago, where also the forest veins now only have 2 slots.
Yeah, it just takes longer to get the
No,
exotics now.
no. The extractors do work faster on the forest to balance it out. To balance losing the 3rd spot, they increase the speed for the forest veins.
Ah, well, that's not too bad a payoff.
Yeah. But yeah, still, especially for solo, this is big.
Yeah, huge. Such a handy thing to have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the changes that we get recently are like more geared towards a multiplayer game. But
Well,
then it
Icarus is
was.
always designed to be co-op.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say it was originally released to be a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Um, but then they've got to bear in mind that there are people out there who cannot always play it with alongside somebody else.
Yep.
You
Not
know.
everyone has friends.
Yeah, I know that sounds so horrible, doesn't it?
It
But
sounds
yeah,
realistic.
some people actually prefer to play solo. So
Also
it's
true. Also true.
it makes for a better game when the developers actually consider the requirements
Well, hey,
of the
Planet
solo
Crafter
player.
is solo player only so far, set mod.
Yes.
But yeah, I actually do prefer co-op. It's just
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that is my opinion. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go to
Oh,
Galileo.
Galileo Progress.
So
Okay.
this week's focus on our upcoming Galileo patch has been the bestiary rewards. UI setup as well as an iteration on the fishing mechanic. Following on from our progress last week. This is on a separate branch.
Yeah.
So for those still in the dark, bestiary is the achievement system that will give you statistics on your hunting and animal exploits. This will be tied into a milestone reward system with lofty targets reaping strong rewards. Nice.
Nice.
So it kind of does look like the Book of Animals in Valheim in Ark,
Yes.
where you can discover those explorer nodes telling you stuff, interesting stuff about certain animals.
Yeah.
But this one apparently will have some kind of reward system as well. Cool.
Yeah. To encourage people to use to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we get some missions where we have to study animals. I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Could be nice.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
study the habits of the polar bears closely. Okay, the land sharks. Rarg. All right.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Well, the polar bear's not
Styx,
too
polar
not.
bears. They're not the
Mm,
nicest ones, especially not the big ones.
yeah. How many poles have you got?
True. Right.
Okay.
Next time I'm gonna bring a couple of more poles and a small 1x1 with a slanted roof, so I can still sit there during a storm.
Yeah.
Oh, in a campfire, obviously. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on. So the work for Galileo is split across lots of backend work, but also developing a good user interface and a reward system that provides players with the incentive to aim for these milestones.
Yeah. Gives them a goal.
Yeah, well, as soon as it comes out, even without the reward system, I want to do it. I want
Yeah,
to accomplish finishing the bestiary thing. I want it all.
yeah.
But yeah, hey, a reward is always nice.
Mm. Nice to get recognition for your efforts, huh?
True, true. I like this
Okay.
more. This more is like, hello, what you doing?
Yeah. Boo.
Yep, nice picture.
Ah, yeah. That's a, what is that? What armor is that? Is that composite? Is that?
Might be composite.
Yeah, I was going to
No,
say.
I don't know. I don't know. Is this the cured leather one? If you ever look at the helmet, might actually be the cured leather.
Ah, I've never seen the cured leather one. Could be.
I made one in my overworld just because I could.
Well, there's no other reason to do it, is there? You
Exactly.
know, if
I've
you
done a
can,
nail
you might
armor
as well.
already, so yeah, I
Yeah.
already have the nails. I don't need the cured leather, but I want to see it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're
Uh,
on to next week's update. Now this is strange. They've never really given us a tip as to like next week's update that often, do they?
True, but maybe they were like, yeah, the patch notes are a bit short nowadays.
Well, yes. Yeah. Okay. So for next week, we have packaged a performance update that we will put in the experimental branch on Steam later this weekend. We will be looking for feedback this week on the changes, and if the feedback is positive, we will push this. But if not, we will take a different approach. For those unfamiliar with our strategy, we are focusing on 5 key areas: engine performance, game systems, memory, stutters and garbage collection, and connection. You can read more detail about our strategy in our week 59 update here. Um,
That here is not a link, but you can read more, and that they were talking about this in the week 59's update.
yeah, okay. Optimization is always on part of our development and has its own dedicated team separate from the teams working on game design, concept art, and many other roles and departments in the business. Sometimes people can assume that due to us pushing out other updates with new content, we're not focusing our time or attention on performance, but this couldn't be further from the case. The skill set needed is very specific, and we therefore have dedicated specialists working on it exclusively, while the rest of the team keeps moving forward with our other plans. Well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I've indeed see people complain like, why are they pushing out new content? Why are they not fixing performance issues?
Yeah.
Those people apparently have no idea what software development entails and how troubleshooting and stuff like that, how it works. Yes, it's very specialized performance optimization.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yes, it's different people working on it generally because you need another skill set.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's the only example I can come up with to kind of relate to that is like if you try to create a website, right? You can do it one of two ways. You can either do it by sight, in which case you create it by what looks good.
using what you see is what you get approach.
Yeah. Or you can write it using code.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to use code, it's a very specialized field because if you don't get it right, it simply doesn't work,
Hmm.
right? And so, yeah, making a website is one thing, but there's a complete different way. There are complete different ways of doing it. One
Oh yeah.
requires specialization, and the other doesn't. Same thing
True.
here.
And I can attest to that since I know both methods. I do know
Ex-
the code behind it to an extent. I'm no specialist there, but I do know my way around code,
yeah,
including
yeah,
HTML code and stuff. But yeah,
yeah.
definitely very different.
Yeah. Well, I've made several different websites, and I've always used Dreamweaver. But there are certain things that require the code to be done rather than making it look nice, because the code is what makes it work.
Yeah, you can drag and drop elements into your screen and like, okay, it looks good now.
Yeah.
But if they don't cooperate nicely,
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, there have been certain things that I've wanted within these websites that can only be done through code.
Hmm.
And the thing is, it to do it with code takes much longer, because if you're not used to using it, like me, you have to learn why it works there but not here.
Yep.
So you can put it just one line too far down and it just won't work, because the
Or
order of
you fix it
things.
for the one browser and then it stops working in another type of browser.
Yeah, exactly. So it's so to use that as an example is just perfect for this, because the optimization is, in sense, using the code to make things better. So yeah,
You can
very
do a lot
different
more
skill
with
set.
in the code through, but you can also break way more in the code.
Yes, it's so much easier to break than not doing it. So yeah, completely different skill set. So, but
Yep.
there's my example. Moving swiftly on, and we're into the changelog already.
Yep.
Okie dokie. New content. Well, there you go. They've got the heavy cargo.
The items we already talked about,
Yeah,
like
heavy.
mentioned above. Yeah.
Yeah, like carrying the G slot capability, which is the next one down. Strangely enough, yeah, it's all about the mounts and what they've changed and buffs and stuff. So we shall move on.
So this one actually, mounts no longer wander around in the stay behavior state and will return to the location where they were last told to stay after eating/drinking. So it is still useful if you go out with your mounts to keep some animal food with you. If you want
Mhm.
it to stay, like you feed it, you say stay, you feed it, or you feed it, you say stay. And then you can walk around and do stuff. If you don't feed them, you say stay, then like, yeah, I have to stay, but you know what? I'm quickly gonna hop over there and eat these veggies here.
Yeah.
But let's hope this works, because if you ordered the animals to stay, they did wander quite a lot. And not always because they were hungry or thirsty.
Yeah, they did it just because they could.
Yeah, so let's hope that got fixed.
Yeah, you tell your mower to stay and you find it in the next biome. With all your shit in its saddle.
Yeah, you're in the desert, you quickly hop off to kill a scorp, you kill the scorp, you turn around to try to find your mower.
And gone.
It's gone, you're like, shit, where's my war?
Yeah. I've got the soy I've got the soy ready to eat. Where's the mower?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got
yeah.
the
Then
keys. Now
it
where's
took
the
you.
car?
It took your canteens. So you're gonna die of thirst in the desert because your mower decided to run off. Yeah. Never happened to me, but it happened to a friend of mine, as they say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, let's hope this indeed got fixed proper.
Mm.
That would be big, actually. So yeah.
Alrighty, fixed. Well, there's only 5 points here, so you want to take us through them?
Sure. Couple of typos picked up by the translators or fixed. You know, they've like the translator teams to translate, for example, mission descriptions and stuff into
Yeah.
other languages, and those like, hey, he, here's the translation, and by the way, you made a typo in the original,
Yeah.
things like that. So.
Yeah.
They fixed the communicator tier 2 having incorrect crafted sound. Use masonry sound when it should use crafting bench sound. I
Okay.
never realized those two have different sound bits.
Yeah.
I assume
Me
this is
neither.
like crafting is completed sound. But okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the missions Alcazar and High Rise, they changed the biofuel stove quest step to be the kitchen stove. Am I glad I already fixed those missions, finished those missions. For Alcazar High Rise and the Lifeline missions, change. Okay, this is interesting. So first they changed the biofuel stove quest step to mention kitchen stove, and
Yeah.
then they changed the kitchen stove quest step to correctly mention biofuel stove. Now, which of the two? Okay,
Yeah. So basically, what they're saying is they changed the biofuel stove to the kitchen stove, and then they changed it back again.
something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, silly me
Okay.
for not guessing.
And then people wonder why I get confused sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
for the Ironclad mission, they updated the name of the metal plating to layered plating to match the quest description. I don't
Yeah.
notice it. Oh well.
Yeah. Okay. So we must have an awful lot of future content then. Let's have a look. Skip
So
through.
apparently they're reworking the whole wooden wall stuff. There is mention of the buildable wall single wood, the wall double wood, angle, the wall angle wood throughout the future content. Window double wood, the left and the right, I believe.
Sorry,
So
how far down are you?
a couple of mentions about these parts, like all the way throughout the
Oh
future
right.
content.
Okay.
So it looks like they're kind of reworking the wooden buildables. Okay.
Good. Good to know. Okay.
I don't know. They were fine in my opinion. But
Well, they obviously didn't think so.
yeah,
Um.
adding Prometheus open world drop zone so open world can be played. Told ya, Prometheus is gonna have open world.
Yep. You did. You certainly did. There's a couple, 2 or 3 here for Bat Dog. That's an interesting one. Fix bug where Bat Dog wouldn't exit out of its stalking behavior when damaged. Hmm.
It's handy because if it stays in stalking behavior, it's not gonna do attacks no more.
Yeah.
So it's good they fixed it. Good.
Yeah. Added hemorrhage to Bat Dog heavy attack. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Is it gonna be like the Black Wolf?
Yeah. It's going to be like you're going to bleed the more you move.
Yeah, I think so.
Shit.
Eh,
Hmm.
challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Challenge.
Hmm. Skipping
Uh,
through.
so if you scroll down 3 more, there we get some interesting stuff.
Okay.
Starting Prometheus mission can now be triggered by interacting with a dropship on an open world. And 3 bullet points below, updating dropship and mission communicator so the second and subsequent Prometheus missions can be triggered from open world.
Hmm.
Huh. This is the first time you can actually then trigger normal, between quotes, missions from the mission 3 from an open world.
Yeah, well, it kind of makes sense because they set it up with the oh crap, what do you call them?
I don't know. Will this also mean you can take equipment from your open world into the Prometheus missions? If so, won't it be too easy?
Well, it says starting Prometheus mission. So maybe it's just, like if you
The
open the
starting mission,
Prometheus open world
yeah, the starting
and
mission can be triggered,
yeah. So if
and
you
3
do
bullet points below, the second and subsequent Prometheus missions can be triggered from open world.
okay, well, yeah.
But still, the question remains: can you then take equipment from your open world into the Prometheus mission? In other words, can you make a hunting rifle and a shit ton of ammo, fully upgraded composite armor with a ton of attachments, all that stuff? Can you take it with you into the Prometheus missions? If so,
Mm,
won't it become too easy for? Okay, it's always your own choice whether or not you're gonna do this, but where's the
yeah.
challenge if you're gonna do that? I mean, I know we're gonna create new characters and play level 0 characters in Prometheus, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting question. It might be that if you start the mission, it will, in essence, give you an inventory. Oh no, they can't do that. So
it's gonna
okay,
be
I don't
interesting
know.
to see
I
how
don't
this is
know.
gonna work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of kickstarted it off because you've already got mini missions within open world.
Yeah, but there, up until now, there is no interaction between open world and missions. There is between from missions to open world to unlock the passages, but that's the only thing that spills over between the two.
Yeah, but I mean, you can choose a mini mission from the boards in your open
Yeah,
world.
yeah, but those missions have nothing to do with the mission 3.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't get any currency rewards from those dynamic missions.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
Okay.
you can do them, but it's only for within this open world.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first one then, where you from open world can go into mission from mission 3.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Looking
I don't
forward
know.
to that.
I don't know. Like I said, won't it become too
Well,
easy?
we're going to have to test it for science anyway.
Oh, true, true.
So-
After we finish the starting mission with the level 0 characters, Echo, only then we'll do it with the main characters from open world. Come on, it needs to stay a challenge.
well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll do
For
it the way
science
we
to be
normally do it, the way it should be done. Okay.
we indeed need to do it for science.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
not getting a sneak peek into this mission by first doing it with the main characters from within open world fully kitted out. No,
No. No.
we're
No.
first gonna
No.
do it with the new characters. Die 25 gazillion times. Taking 3 months to complete the first mission, and only then we'll test this from within open world.
Yeah, that's going to make for a lot of interesting streams.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be right. Okay, I've landed. Shit, I'm dead.
Yeah. Can you land a bit closer to me so you can kill this big ass animal that just ate my face?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can you come and get me? No.
I
Why?
can as soon as you
Cause I,
revive me.
yeah, because I'm stuck halfway up a mountain and I can't go down because I've got a horde of bat dogs underneath me. Oh, and by the way, they can climb mountains like bears can. Shit.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a challenge. Those
Oh
first
yeah,
missions.
yeah. I see a lot of deaths and not an awful lot of science going on there.
I don't think we'll be playing the missions on hard mode anytime soon. There.
No, no, no. I reckon maybe just for the first one, we might just bump it down to easy just to see how we
Oh
get
no,
on.
no! We're not gonna do it easy. We didn't do that on Styx either, so we're not gonna do it on Prometheus either. Come on.
Yeah, and look what a challenge it was. It was so much fun, though.
It was fun. Yeah,
Oh
imagine if it had
yeah,
been
yeah,
easy, then yeah, no challenge and less fun.
yeah.
Anyway, let's
There's another
continue.
one here about the drop pods again, and this was happening apparently in the Prometheus missions, where the drop pods were not dropping at the correct location, which was preventing various quest steps from being complete.
I'm glad they fixed that. Definitely.
Well, yeah, I mean, they had to fix it for the game we're playing right now, so really
Okay.
glad they fixed it for a game that we're not playing already.
Prometheus Mission 5, Pro Story 5, tweak areas, dialogue pacing, power requirements.
Sorry,
Just,
where? Oh,
just a
there,
couple of bullet points above.
a couple of points above.
Yeah. No, the previous one, fixing the issue with Prometheus missions, and then if you scroll up a bit, like 5 or
Oh
so.
yeah, there.
So there's some details, some sneak preview detail about the 5th mission. Apparently, you're gonna have to generate some power. Okay.
Yeah, there's tier 4.
Yeah, the Jenny is tier 4. Water wheel is not though. Let's see the electricity tool. No, you make in the fabricator, so that is tier 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, power
yeah.
lines.
However, it says it's Prometheus Story 5, and maybe
But
by then we've got a better level character that can actually
but
get
we
that
have
far.
seen this before, where and this is the mission where we had to in Olympus, when we had to melt our way through the ice wall into the Central Arctic from the
Yeah,
Vapor Lab.
yeah,
The electricity tool was provided by the mission,
that's true. That's true.
I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll
Okay.
see.
Here's another interesting one. Add a distance to player hook for designers when using animal swarms in quests. It's this word
Animal
here
swarms in
that gets me.
quest.
Swarms? Like what?
Yeah,
Bats, flies, birds?
broodlings,
Yeah.
lava broodlings.
Mm,
Wasn't there talk about flying reptiles?
yes.
A whole swarm of those.
Oh shit.
Okay, that could be interesting.
Yeah, where's the nearest fucking cave and how quickly can we put up a wall?
Spiders.
Yeah. Yes.
That's gonna be nice and fun. See
Oh,
Echo run.
wait. Shit, I've just had a really bad thought. Fuck. Oh no. They were talking about spiders.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Then you'll be running and leave me behind to deal with all
no.
the stuff.
I'll be jumping on the closest moat and saying, fuck yeah, I'm off.
Okay, we might, if that's indeed for a question, we might have to make the community night again.
Oh god, no. Swarms of spiders. No. I refer back to the Harry Potter second movie where Ronald says, "Why can't we follow the butterflies?"
Well, I'll be tying you to a wooden pole there for science.
You will hear me screaming from here.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, every member of the community chat will hear me from here. Oh, God. Oh.
Okay, anyway. Let's continue. Let's see. Fixing Prometheus missions 2 and 3 as the load order of the pre-built structures has changed and
Yeah,
prevented finding of the containers to fill for the quest. So this looks like there's gonna be like those collecting quests again.
yeah.
Containers to fill.
Maybe they're
Oh.
talking about containers for water or. Pardon me?
Collect 500 iron ore, 1,000 or 2,000 stone,
Yeah.
250 copper ore, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Oh, crap. We're
It
back to
has
this.
pre-built structures. So, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sounds a bit like Moose Cavern.
Let's see. Added support for accolades to trigger Steam achievements. Kind of what we talked about last week before.
Wait,
Steam
what?
achievements. 2 bullet points above. When we
Okay.
were talking about achievements, when we already were like, yeah, maybe it's gonna be like the accolades. Indeed, support for accolades to trigger Steam achievements.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds more like it.
So
Yeah.
go collect your accolades, people. As soon as they enable the Steam achievements, you'll insta have all the achievements.
Unless they decide to wipe the board and say you gotta go and start
I
again.
don't think they're gonna do that. A lot of people will be, let's put it this way, less than pleased.
Yeah. Yeah. Yourself included being the ribbon getter.
I won't be too happy about it, indeed. But then again, you don't really play for accolades.
No. No. Okay, then we're back to the swarms now. Improve animal swarm spawner customization, allowing updating the spawn target on the fly.
Very interesting.
Oh, fuck. So we're going to get spiders crawling out of holes in the floor now, and they're going to keep respawning. Great.
Let's see. Added the lures, basic iron lure, prospector tag lure, rubbery, higher tier wood,
For
basic wood,
fishing.
bone, iron, blue reed. That might actually be the reed flower thing.
Yep.
Yeast, rotten meat, and poison sac. Not sure what the rubbery thingy is gonna be then. They looks like the fish lures.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just said that. They're talking about lures for fishing.
Yeah, rubbery is new. Or new is like what you gonna use for rubbery.
Rubber. Mm,
And basic wood and higher tier wood, I assume is gonna be like the normal wood and the refined wood.
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. 2 down. Removing quest step from Prometheus story 2 as it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
That's the first time I've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know,
Hey,
if
and
if
more
they're
item
asking
loot. Yeah.
if they were asking the question as to why is this here, then you can guarantee that the community is going to go, that doesn't make sense.
Probably yes. Probably. More lures here. Scorpion tail, white jelly, painted feather, the fiber
Wait.
and the bark
Yeah.
bug.
Hmm.
White jelly, painted feather, bark bug. More stuff for the lures.
Yeah.
So we talking about even more new materials.
Yep.
So if you kill a Kia, will you be able to get feathers then? Could be cool.
Yeah. How would you get
Barkberg, one would
jelly
say,
though?
Barkberg, one would say, cut down trees. Yeah, why
Yeah.
jelly? Depends. Depends. One could
Oh,
think jellyfish, but jelly
or
could be like some pudding-ish stuff.
or when you want to make gelatin here,
Animal.
you get gelatin from pig's feet. So maybe we'll get something, like if we boil the feet once you've killed the boar, you can get jelly or something.
Maybe animal fat.
Yeah,
Yeah, bark and the feather. Definitely the feather. Just haven't seen that yet.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. Alrighty.
Any more new stuff?
New minimap friendly lava material.
Minimap friendly lava material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Minimap.
Okay.
Hold on. Minimap.
Yeah.
We're getting
Minimap.
minimap finally. That's gonna be nice. If
I've
you
always
are
said
gonna
that
get a minimap,
the yeah, I miss see when you don't have the minimap, you miss it. Or yeah.
well, we haven't had it here from the beginning, and it's always like you're running and then tab to show map and then tab again to keep on running very quickly, check your position, where to go.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yes, a lot of games do have the minimap, and it is very handy, but you never really miss it in Icarus once you get used to it.
Yeah. I mean, in
But
the
then again,
games.
it will be handy if we get one. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, if the game doesn't have it to start with, you don't miss it if you've played that game from the very get go. But when you move from a game that does have it, like Valheim, to a game, and you've been used to play it. I mean, when I started playing Icarus, I was looking for the mini map all the time, and I,
Uh, I've played my fair share of games with minimap as well.
yeah,
Uh, so you don't like Planetcraft, of course. It doesn't have a minimap. It doesn't even have a normal map, unless you make the screen for it.
yeah, but that's a completely different genre of game. When you're going out, or
Not really.
you know,
Same third-person view.
well, yeah, I
So
suppose.
yeah, I'm like,
I
if you have to get used to it, but once you're used to it, then you're like, okay, that's how this game is. So be
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I went from being
You
used to
just
it
accept
to not being able to cope without it because I was so used to it. And then I started playing Icarus right from the get go, and it's like, okay, I miss it, but I don't have it. So, you know,
it. Yeah, and at some point you get used to playing without minimap. When you
yeah,
play a game with a minimap, and you're like, hey, that's handy, a minimap. Then you're back to Icarus, you're like, okay, this is Icarus, it has no minimap.
yeah,
You
for
accept it,
example.
and you get used to it, you adapt to it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get a rhubarb as a new
Yeah, I
plant.
was noticing that down here.
Yeah,
Rhubarb. Wow.
gonna be new veggie.
Yeah, I wonder if you can make potions from it and stuff.
Quite possibly. Rhubarb, the cooked rhubarb, and then let it cool down. Very nice when it's warm weather outside.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice to have hot rhubarb over ice cream. Oh, beautiful.
You UK people are all the same. You want all everything hot or at least warm only. Come on, lukewarm beer. Beer needs to be cold.
Uh,
The rhubarb needs to be cold.
no, rhubarb here needs to be hot.
Nah.
It's like, it's it's like uh, I iced coffee. is becoming a thing over here. It's getting more popular, but that's because
Coffee needs to be hot.
coffee
That's how
needs to be
coffee is supposed to
hot,
be. Yeah.
and they drink iced tea. I'm sorry, tea has to be hot.
Yeah, but without the
But
whole weird milk
but we
stuff.
we we live in a cold, wet, miserable bloody country, for Christ's sake. We have people here suffering from lack of vitamin D because we don't get enough sunshine.
Not that different from here.
So I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
it's oh, I'm getting all tangled up here. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
untangle myself in a bit.
I think we have had all the interesting feature content, the most
Yes,
noteworthy feature content stuff.
yeah, we have. We're down at the end because the last one we looked at was the rhubarb there, and that brings us to the end of the update. So that being said,
There's no new mission, so we can continue the Ironclad mission.
yes, because we were doing that last week. That was
For which we still need a ton and a half of materials and stuff.
yeah. So we were thinking thumper and maybe even several
Basically,
thumpers. We
clear
need
out the cave to the southeast of the base, especially the ones which you enter underwater.
yes. So
So bring a furnace because we will be over encumbered no matter what. If you smelt in the cave, it costs less slots.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, looking forward to it. It is now. Oh, get that! It's 21:21. The time 21:21 hours. So we will be back in 9 or 10 minutes at 1:30. I'd like to say thank you very much for Michael for joining us in the chat, and anybody else who was watching that was not joining in the chat. Thank you to every single one of you for your support. There wouldn't be any point in doing it if it wasn't for your support. So I'd also like to say thank you to Gao for keeping on top of the Discord server tonight. Thanks very much.
Of course.
Looking forward to the subsequent gameplay. We will be back at 1:30. So until then, it's good night from me.
And good night from her.
And we will see you in about 10 minutes. And remember, folks, it's a dangerous world out there, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.